Football fans, let's be honest. How long has it been since we last saw Brazil play like this? For years, we've waited, we've hoped, and sometimes we've even been disappointed. But finally, after such a long time, Brazil gave us a match that reminded us of their glorious past. In front of their home fans, the Seleção crushed Chile with a convincing 3-0 victory. And more importantly, they showed flashes of the old Brazil. The Brazil that dominates, entertains, and excites. In our last video, we talked about the overall performance of the team. But today, we're going to do something even more interesting. We'll dive deep into the individual performances of the players, break down their ratings, and analyze exactly how each star contributed to this win. And beyond just player ratings, we'll also ask the bigger question. Where is this Brazil team heading under Carlo Ancelotti? What does this performance really tell us about the future of the Seleção? So stay with me till the very end of this video, because we're not just going to celebrate a win, we're going to uncover whether this Brazil team is finally on the right path towards World Cup 2026 glory. Let's begin with the players, one by one. In my previous video, I highlighted a few names: Estevão Willian, Raphinha, Gabriel Martinelli, Wesley, and Douglas Santos. Today, we'll go even deeper and look at their stats and ratings in this Chile game. The standout performer, without a doubt, was Bruno Guimarães. He wasn't just Brazil's best player. He was arguably the best player on the pitch. Bruno scored a goal, created more chances than anyone else, and was the heartbeat of Brazil's midfield. Statistically, he created 5 chances, the highest of the match, and earned an impressive rating of 8.9. His box-to-box energy, vision, and consistency are exactly what Brazil has been missing in recent years. Now, let's move to the goalkeeper. Alisson Becker had a quiet evening, finishing with a rating of 6.9. But don't let that fool you. The rating looks lower simply because Chile barely threatened him. Brazil's defense protected him so well that he barely had to make a save. Sometimes a low rating is actually a compliment to the defenders in front of you. Speaking of defenders, let's talk about Wesley at right back. This young player is rapidly becoming one of Brazil's most exciting prospects. In fact, many fans are starting to whisper comparisons with legends like Cafu and Roberto Carlos. That may sound like a big claim, but his performance against Chile showed why he is being hyped. Strong both defensively and offensively, Wesley earned a remarkable 8.0 rating, and he didn't even need a goal or an assist to get it. That says a lot about how commanding he was on the right flank. In central defense, Marquinhos and Gabriel Magalhães both scored 7.3 ratings. Marquinhos made a crucial intervention that prevented a certain goal, while Gabriel used his physical presence to dominate duels and distribute the ball with composure. Together, they formed a reliable wall that kept Chile quiet all night. On the left side, Douglas Santos surprised many critics. When he was first called up to the national team, expectations were not sky high. But against Chile, he played a vital role in Brazil's first goal. His clever 1-2 movement, off-the-ball run, and smart pass to Raphinha set up the sequence that ended with Estevao's stunning bicycle kick goal. For that contribution, Douglas earned a 7.8 rating, and maybe, just maybe, he has now proved he deserves more recognition in this squad. Now let's go back to the midfield, the engine room of any Brazil team. Alongside Bruno Guimarães, we also saw the veteran presence of Casemiro. Many thought his time with Brazil was over after Dorival Jr. dropped him, but under Ancelotti, Casemiro has returned and delivered 3 strong performances in a row. Against Chile, he earned a 7.6 rating. He may not be the Casemiro of 5 years ago, but his leadership and stability are still invaluable to this team. Moving up the pitch, the attack is where Brazil really shined. On the right wing, the teenage sensation Estevão Willian scored a beautiful goal and was named man of the match. His dribbling, his directness, and his courage to take on defenders inside tight spaces were outstanding. Estevão is proving that Brazil's future is already here. At just 17, he's showing qualities that could make him one of the world's best in the coming years. Raphinha, meanwhile, had a lively game. He took the most shots in the match and created 2 chances, finishing with a 7.4 rating. His pace and crossing ability kept Chile's defense constantly under pressure. On the left, Gabriel Martinelli also impressed with some strong dribbles into the box, earning a 7.5 rating. His work rate was excellent, not just in attack, but also in defensive transitions. At center forward, however, João Pedro struggled. He barely got the ball and couldn't make much impact, which shows Brazil still needs to refine its approach in the striker position. But then came the substitutes, and they changed everything. Luiz Henrique and Lucas Paquetá came off the bench and made immediate impacts. Henrique, in just 24 minutes, completed 4 successful dribbles out of 4, provided an assist, and finished with a 7.9 rating. That assist set up Paquetá, who scored within 1 minute of coming on the field. Paquetá himself earned a 7.6 rating, showing why he remains such an important creative option for Brazil. The stats across the match tell the story of balance and teamwork. Gabriel Magalhães completed 88 passes, the most in the game. Marquinhos had an astonishing 99% pass accuracy, while Douglas Santos followed closely with 98%. In terms of dribbles, Luiz Henrique led with 4, while Raphinha added 3. And in a surprising twist, forward Gabriel Martinelli won the most tackles in the match, proving his hunger to contribute defensively as well. When we look at touches of the ball, Magalhães led with 98, Marquinhos followed with 84, and Bruno Guimarães came in third with 82. These numbers show how well Brazil controlled possession and moved the ball with purpose. Now let's step back and ask, what does this match mean for the bigger picture? For years, Brazil struggled to play as a unit. Too often, individuals tried to shine on their own, and the team suffered as a result. But in this match, under Carlo Ancelotti, we saw something different. We saw a true team performance, players combining, working for each other, and putting the team above individual glory. Some critics might say it's just Chile. Brazil is supposed to beat them, but that's missing the point. Look at Brazil's last 14 to 15 matches before Ancelotti. How many times did they struggle to score, concede cheap goals, or draw matches they should have won? Now, under Ancelotti, Brazil has played 3 matches, won them all, and kept 3 consecutive clean sheets. That's not just luck. That's a sign of defensive organization and consistency. Consistency, that's the key word. Brazil hasn't been consistent in years. But with Ancelotti at the helm, we're beginning to see a team that delivers reliable results, both offensively and defensively. And that is crucial for building confidence on the road to the 2026 World Cup. Fans are starting to believe again. As Casemiro recently said, people now trust that we can compete at the World Cup. And he's right. Performances like this, with clean sheets, teamwork, and young stars shining, are slowly restoring the faith of Brazil's massive fan base. If this momentum continues, Carlo Ancelotti could take a very strong, very balanced, and very dangerous Brazil squad into the 2026 World Cup. For the first time in years, optimism is growing. The big question now is, do you believe this Brazil team can go all the way in 2026? Can Ancelotti's Brazil deliver the trophy that millions of fans have been dreaming of for 2 decades? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, because one thing is certain, the Seleção is finally starting to look like Brazil again.